Two 1-1 teams here, each looking to move over 500, and we're underway here in Week 3. Austin elects to bring this out of the end zone. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. They'll start the drive here with Pacheco. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4. Play action. Now it's Mahomes. This one complete to Mecole Hardman. And he's going to be brought down right there, so nothing after the catch as he's dropped at the 42. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Chiefs first down.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. On 1st and 10, here's Pacheco. And he takes it past the 45 and down at the 46. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Nice satisfying run on 1st down for the offense, picking up 5, which means defensively, the thought process is entirely different. You don't want to panic, but at the same time, you're saying to each other, we've got to tighten this down. We can't give up gains like that.
Mahomes firing complete, and he'll get it down to the 47 here. 7 yards there and a first down.
I like it, I like it, I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game, and you know you can create those great mismatches throwing it to your guys out of the backfield.
And on the first drive, that can also help establish some rhythm, right?
I think so. It gets everyone involved. They feel like they're part of it and really gets them amped up as they go forward.
That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and it's 2nd down. Now Mahomes. Flush to his right. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. 5 yards on the scramble, and that's enough to pick up the first.
As he came to the line of scrimmage, he knew he didn't need much to reset the chain, so when he saw the space he needed, no hesitation. He went to the marker and got his guys a first down.
And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Isaiah Pacheco, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Chiefs get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. A nice run by him, don't get me wrong, but the blocking up front was a thing of beauty.
I think for an opening drive, how about that for an exclamation point? Just what you said. Good blocking, good vision, and he accelerated to the end zone.
Extra point by Butker is on target, and that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Lawrence bringing the Jaguars up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down.
You talk about this Chiefs defense.
We know they're going to be tough to throw on. Top 3 in the NFL defending the pass.
And I'm struggling a little bit trying to really categorize this crew. They're top 10 in the league against the pass, but the bottom half of the league in sacking the quarterback. That doesn't make sense. Imagine if this group ever put pressure on the QB, they'd easily move into the top 5. Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
On 3rd down, Lawrence. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted.
Now he's loose at the 40.
And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line.
So problems with errant passing continuing. Remember, he threw 2 picks in the loss last week, and now another here in this first quarter.
And sometimes, partner, this is the result of a quarterback who's simply trying to do too much. Feels like he's trying to make up for what he did last week, and you can't do it all on one throw.
And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line.
52 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start.
I think we all suspected that they were going back to him after he found the end zone on his last carry, and they kept the positive momentum going there. Another nice run by him.
Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's 3rd down.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
They needed 2. They could only get 1. 4th down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. They'll go for it. It's Mahomes. That's to his running back, complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. And the drive stays in motion with a nice 8-yard pickup on 4th. They only needed that 1 yard going for it on 4th. I got to be honest, I thought they were going to stay on the ground. They surprised me. Did they surprise you?
I'm with you on that one. I thought they'd find a way to create some type of a power run and try and pick up the 1st down, but they decided to keep the ball in the hands of the guy who could throw it, and it paid off.
Yeah, that decision paid off indeed.
And they'll hand off to Hull.
They'll get this down inside the 10 for a pickup of about 3.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
He pushes forward from maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5.
Out left and complete to Thornton.
Touchdown!
Tyquan Thornton
From 6 yards away.
And the Chiefs go up by 2 touchdowns. Extra point by Butker is on target.
And that'll make the score 14-0.
Harrison Butker at a kickoff for Kansas City.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
Devin Duvernay now returning from the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan? or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game? And he's missed now in his first 4 passing attempts. The rhythm is just not there to begin this ball game.
Now a 2nd and 10. First carry for the Clemson man, Travis Etienne.
Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Now Lawrence.
Being chased out left. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th.
Looks like a 2nd empty possession to start the game, and certainly not the way you want to start when you come in off of a loss last week. Every team talks about starting fast. They're hoping on their next possession, it can be a delayed fast start and get them going.
On 4th down, on is Logan Cook to punt. Deep to return is Calvin Austin. And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. So for this offense, Charles, remember, drive 1 made it to the end zone. Drive 2 resulted in a touchdown as well. Now they'll try to make it 3 for 3.
Yeah, and you know, they told us all week that this was the plan and this is what they wanted to execute, but did they really believe it would happen this well, this efficiently? I know they'll take it, and afterwards they'll say, there was never a doubt in our minds we were going to be successful.
But he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. A big change in field position there. That's 40 yards on the catch and run.
Despite writing it down on my notes, I never give enough credit to the offensive line, and we have to here. The protection, that's what made this play a success. Quarterback had to wait for his crossing route to develop, and that takes a little bit of extra time. Excellent job by the big fellas up front.
Looking deep downfield. He's got it. Touchdown, Chiefs.
Xavier Worthy,
His 2nd touchdown on the season.
and the Chiefs take a 3-touchdown lead. Extra point by Butker is on target,
And it's now 21-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
This fielded right at the goal line. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession, but I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
On 1st and 10, it's Lawrence.
Steps away to his left. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down.
That's now 6 dropbacks, 6 incompletions. Yeah, the defense been pretty good early, but he's got to start hitting some of those throws. He's making them better than what they actually are.
On 2nd down, a run with Etienne.
And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
Lawrence will throw.
And he'll be touched down here, but not before he does pick up the first. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets them a new set of downs.
They brought in the heavy set on 3rd down, and that usually means running play, but we have seen them throw out of that formation, and sure enough, they snuck the tight end out on that one, wound up hitting him for a 1st down.
Check safety, check safety. Check 50, check 50. Watch the edge. Go, go.
On 1st and 10, it's Etienne.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets them to 2nd and 4. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
From the 44 now, here's 2nd and 4.
Hey, kill, 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 kill. Watch twist, watch twist. Kill, kill. Shit, watch the ship, watch the ship. Kill, 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 kill. Big 13 heavy. Hey, check.
Etienne once more.
A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Hey, watch the ball, watch the ball. Hey, I'm gun.
Here's Lawrence to throw. They'll get this out to the flat for Etienne.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
2 yards to go, 2nd down.
3 down. Hey, check. 3 down.
Lawrence.
And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
He did a fine job there of not hitting it before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Play number 9 set to come here on the drive on 3rd and 2.
Here's Lawrence. That is caught, and he'll be brought down with a 1st down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 20-yard line. 12 yards that time for number 12 as they move the chains.
And I don't think there's any question that this offense is going to need to hit on a few more plays like this. It's been a difficult first half for them, to say the least. And I do believe if they want to get back in this game, they need to start right now. It's kind of like making adjustments. If you try and wait until the half, it's probably too late. They need to get going right here.
Only 3 there on the screen at 2nd down. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they'll stop him with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play.
Let's go.
2nd and 7.
Watch twist. Watch the twist. Switch. Go. Let's go.
But to throw again is Lawrence.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late, they're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them out of the end zone as the first half winds down.
From the gun on 3rd down, Lawrence.
Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
This defense not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. It came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
And his kick here is good. And the deficit drops now from 21 down to 18.
So that kick gives them their first points of the game, CD. And it comes on the 3rd drive, but hopefully for them that's a spark that gets that offense going.
Yeah, and I would say if you're the offensive play caller, as you look at your sheet, you're trying to find that part on there that unlocks bigger points. They've struggled with a few drives so far. Finally got 3 out of it. How do you find the end zone? That's what he's searching for now.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And with a 3-score lead already, this is not time for a momentum change, so I'd imagine they'd be happy to just take this into the locker room. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. On play action, it's Mahomes. Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14. They fake the give. Now Mahomes. Across the formation, Hardman gets the completion. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2.
And the first down, Chiefs.
Mike, check 33. 33. Check Mike, check Mike. Hey, check Mike 33. Check Rimley. Check.
Final shot before the half from Mahomes. It'll buy some time right. And this one is incomplete. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. The Jaguars with work to do. They trail here as we are back underway on EA Sports. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball into the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45.
52 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point.
That one definitely helps as they try to push the ball down the field here, trailing early in the 3rd quarter.
And even though they're trailing, not abandoning the running game. People may call it an adjustment. I think it's just much more sticking to what works for you and continuing to have faith in it. And the running game is starting to pay off.
He's coming. We got double up.
On 1st down, right back to ETN.
And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
But if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on.
Hey, check Mike 27. Check Mike 27. Check 30 left. Under 10. Take right open. Safe.
They go play action now. Lawrence.
Looking long for Thomas. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary can really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to try and go deep again.
That's into a crowd and intercepted. And the Chiefs are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line.
Well, they're certainly in a bad way right Now, not so bad that you can call this one over already, but bad enough that you know you can't toss an interception to open the second half. This just ratchets up the pressure on this team's defense right now.
KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. They'll start at the 40, so great starting field position following the interception. And he'll get it out to midfield. They'll spot it right at midfield at the 50.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
Yeah, another good run there. He's been such a big part of their success here this afternoon. And that last carry, it puts him over 100 yards now for the day.
They go play fake. Mahomes. That's into the hands of Worthy. It'll go as a gain of 4, and it'll be second down.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down. Pacheco gets it up the gut, and they'll work this down to the 15 for a pickup of 4.
But really, that was no surprise there. They've been running it well all game, and I know goals change all the time, but any team will take that type of run each and every time.
Now a 2nd and 6. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. He'll check this one down to Pacheco. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. They'll try for the first with Pacheco. And here he'll get it down to the 7. Throwing now is Mahomes. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. The linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
Mahomes now to throw. And that is caught for the touchdown, Kansas City. Tyquan Thornton with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Chiefs are able to add on to that lead. Extra point by Butker is on target, and they open the lead up now to 25. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. Duvernay now going to bring it out. And the decision to bring it out, kind of a costly one, as he won't make it back to the 20. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their time.
And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, Jaguars. Christian Kirk, 66 yards. And the Jaguars are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the 3rd. Well, if they're going to make a game of this in the second half, they need a few big plays to go their way. That's one.
And the way to get it done is to also conserve time. So to your point, That big play right there, now you're not moving the ball downfield, taking time off the clock. You're leaving yourself a better avenue to continue to try and make a comeback.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is down to 28-10.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And they'll have very good starting field position as he's up just shy of the 40. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
He'll get this complete to Worthy. Down the left sideline.
And in for the Chiefs touchdown.
Xavier Worthy.
His second touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this third quarter. Boy, he has been fun to watch throwing the football in this one. It's certainly not fun for that defense, though, Charles. Now up to 4 touchdown passes in this ball game.
Yeah, we're supposed to be neutral, but I'm feeling their pain right now because he has absolutely carved up this secondary. A clinic on how to attack a defense and take them out of the game.
And they won't be able to run another play. Time has expired on this third quarter. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
You got the big lead defensively, willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
And from the 34, here's 2nd and 4. Looking to throw, Lawrence.
And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Now Lawrence. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have a Jags first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there, it's going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
Well, that's the 3rd interception for Lawrence.
And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. Another solid game-changing play for this defense with the interception. At this point, though, I don't know that it's game-changing. I mean, they've got this one in firm control.
And you always hear about, you know, those stories about someone left their game plan behind and maybe you benefit from it. I'm not going to say that that happened, but they certainly have appeared on defense to be a step ahead this entire game. Guys are always in the right spot in order to make a play.
The offense has had its moments, too. There he goes left side. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20.
132 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
They go play action. Now Mahomes.
To the right side and intercepted. And the Jaguars are going to have it here at their own 15.
Oh, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
And from the 15, they're able to work this up to the 20 for a pickup of a handful. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same Surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
He's got his target. That's complete. Look at the big fella go. And he is finally forced out of bounds inside the 30-yard line.
No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on fourth. So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory as they've got it to the 28-yard line.
ETN up the middle.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up. Found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Now Lawrence to throw on second down.
And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away, and now it's third. What we just saw there, that's really been a common theme all afternoon.
A lot of pressure. That forced the errant pass. He's been under duress this entire afternoon. He just had to unload that one. He's fortunate it was just incomplete and not intercepted.
Big 13 heavy. Check 24, check 24. Take right open. 24 is the mic. Hey, let's get off the field, D. Let's get off the field, D. 24 is the mic.
From the gun, it's Lawrence.
Touchdown, Jaguars.
Devin Duvernay.
25 yards for the touchdown.
And the Jags are able to make some inroads here to that deficit.
Point after, right down the middle. And that'll cut the lead down to 18.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. Certainly no reason to panic. They've got the 3-score lead, but the turnover last time, the interception that led to a touchdown, you'd have to think they might not be dialing that up again.
Yeah, probably not. They're still in fantastic shape, though, so I would imagine before he tried it out here for this series, head coach probably just leaned over to him and was like, listen, we're wearing these color shirts. Throw it to those guys, not the others. Try to make a joke out of it and just let him go out there with a little bit more confidence.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Here's a 2nd and 8.
Mahomes going to throw it here. Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
And this pass broken up. Well, the contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. This is taken at the 10. A good head-down running on the return gets about 15 yards. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, it's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
Now Lawrence to throw. And incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36.
I like this focus there because he wasn't thinking about breaking that one big. All he thought about was, I need one. Let's go get that. Ended up picking up 2.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Off the play fake, here's Lawrence. Eluding the pressure right. Oh, what a heck of an effort there as he'll make the diving catch. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this 4th quarter. On 1st down, Lawrence forced out to his left. A throw on the run, but that's going to be incomplete.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earned a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
Here's 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, Lawrence. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. I think this is what this game's become now. Just go deep, see if we can get something to go our way.
Yeah, not the most creative or most inventive play call there, but not much has worked for them throughout this game. They're almost at a loss about what to dial up.
Check Mike 27. Check Mike 27. Let's go. 30 left. It's out of time. Mike 27. Mike 27. Mike 27.
Out of the gun, it's Lawrence. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 27 yards there on a very nice 3rd down conversion. Well, those are the types of plays they probably wish they had made more of in the first 3 quarters. And this deficit going to be tough to overcome here in the 4th. But a nice 1st down and a pickup on that throw.
Yeah, and this is where as coaches, you're looking for effort and execution. Even though the scoreboard is going against you, you want to find out who's going to fight, who's going to scrap, who's going to keep their heads up and continue to play.
24 is the mic.
Throwing again here, it's Lawrence. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. So very close to a turnover there in the end zone. Boy, the numbers throwing the football just not trending in the right direction. Last week he was under 50%. He's under 50% again here.
And we haven't gotten an announcement, but it appears to me that he might be a little dinged up and is just trying to play through. You know, he's one of those tough guys that wants to answer the bell each and every play for his team. That might be throwing off his accuracy.
Let's go. Do you tighten up? Hey, kill. It's just me and you. It's just me and you. Hey, check Mike 27. Check Mike 27.
On second down, here's Lawrence.
Throw left side, complete to Ingram. Touchdown! Evan Ingram, an 18-yard touchdown grab.
And the Jaguars have got it back to a 2-score game here in the fourth.
Well, we know someone just added to his touchdown passing total, but all he did was get the ball out quickly to his tight end and let him take care of business the rest of the way.
Extra point right down the middle. And that'll make this now an 11-point deficit.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. Austin elects to bring this out of the end zone. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college, and how about in the NFL? The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
So this one in the win column for Kansas City. And they've got to feel good about this performance. I think you'd agree, matched up against a top 5 defensive unit in the league, and they pretty much had their way.
Yeah, that was the interesting part about it, because normally when we see this defense play, they have their opportunities, and they make their plays, don't they? They knock them back on their heels. They take the ball away. They change field position. In this case, what you said is so apt. They had their way with them, took it to them, and knocked them back on their heels and surprised the heck out of them.
So for the Chiefs, they get back in the win column as they move to 2-1 now on the year. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Jaguars, they'll fall to 1-2, and they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road. So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we sign off from Jacksonville.